This is the JSAUX ModCase for the Switch 2, and it's way more than just a protective shell. You get full 360-degree coverage, a built-in kickstand, game card storage in the front cover, and a modular system that lets you add things like a dock adapter or even a phone mount. Let's open this up and see what's actually inside. So I will tell you, I went ahead and opened this up earlier just to make sure that I knew how to utilize everything. Here we go. Right there. There was some manuals and instructions and things like that, but it was just simple stuff on how to put it together. I may have still had that in here, but I will say real quick, there is a protective cover that goes over the top, which is really nice, and it can hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. So that is really nice. That way, if you put this in a bag or anything, the screen will be protected. And then here is the actual case itself. So something to note is that you cannot take the Joy-Cons off whenever this is on. But I will say, I mean, there's lots of occasions where most of the time I don't need to take the Joy-Cons off. And I will go ahead and tell you, I really love the way that this feels in your hand. But before I get too much into that, I'll let y'all see it on. But here is the actual case itself. You can see it has really nice rubberized, textured grips on here, and everything fits in there real nice. This is the back. This is the little module thing that you connect the different modules that come with it. So this can be docked, but not docked as it is in your typical Switch 2 dock. It actually comes with an adapter for that. So right in here, let me get this out. It comes in two parts. So this right here, you see how it says front, top. This actually sits in to your Switch 2 dock and plugs in. And then this cord right here will go into your Switch. So you'll set your Switch essentially in here. I know I don't have the case on. And then you connect it to the back, and then it is docked. So you put this in your typical Switch dock, and then you go from there. I'll show y'all what that looks like here in a bit. So it does work with your dock, but you have to put it in there and then kind of set it in front of it or to the side or wherever. Right here are the modules. Right here is a stand. See, it says JSAUX Gaming on it right there. And this opens up for the stand. I'll also show y'all doing this after a bit. Woo! I'm glad that didn't land on my Switch screen. And then right here is a strap. It's goes together. This is a strap where you put that in there. See, I slide this in here, kind of like an Apple Watch. And that will go in the strap. And then what you can do is on the back of your case, you can hold a battery with this. Now, some that I've worked with have a metallic magnet on the back, but this one has a strap. That way, if you need to do bigger batteries or anything like that, that's really nice. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and put this this case on the Switch. All right, so I got my Switch right here, and I got the case. So I'm gonna slide this in from the bottom right here, and I'm gonna do the left side first, and then I'm going to do the right side. There may actually be a particular way to do this. I'm just gonna go in through the bottom first. That seems like it would work out. And then I get this over right there and over here. And I make sure that it's not covering over any of the buttons, which it doesn't seem to be. It fits in there really nice. And there we go, right there. It is in. And you see how it adds more gripping space right there, which is really nice. So yeah, right there. It fits so nice in your hands, and it feels really good. I know that the Joy-Cons they're kind of really thin, and it's not that comfortable to use. You know, in using different cases, where I will say how this feels, I have a different Switch case that I've talked about quite a bit where it's a really good grip, very good grip actually, but you kind of have to hold it like this, and I'll admit my hands kind of hurt after a while, but this, your hands, it kind of just kind of sits in your hands. See, I don't have to like grip it like this. I can just kind of let it sit a little bit more naturally. And I'll tell you, it feels better. Like it feels like it kind of floats in your hand, but yet won't move a lot. So I really like that. Like I could see myself using this when I don't plan on taking the Joy-Cons off anytime soon, and other ones whenever I know I'll be taking the Joy-Cons off. But let me go ahead and show you the modular part. So the first one I'll show y'all is the stand right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this over, and this should just be able to slide in like that. There's no real snap or anything, so just kind of be careful with that. So I did that, and then there's the stand right there, and doop. Now the only thing is, well, let me see here. Maybe if I do it upside down, it'll go higher. So you can see it kind of tilts at a lower angle. So I mean, it still stands, but I wonder what happens if I do it this way. But then do the stand, yeah, okay. And then do the stand from this end, then it sits up a lot higher. And it's very strong. So I can do multiple levels. So that's actually really nice. I mean, look, I can like have it sit up straight all the way, essentially. So I do like that. Some of the built-in stands that I've done before, like they aren't able to go this high. Like they go like decently low. Now let's try the strap that holds a charger. So slide that right there. That's a lot more firm sliding in there. You know what, real quick, let me put this on first because I need to lay it down on its face to put the battery on, but here's the case, which it goes over the top and then boop. And then it still has a hole for the charging port. Not on the bottom, but on the top. So I'm gonna lay this down now. And let me grab a battery. So, and being a little silly, I'm gonna grab this really big one first to see if it'll hold it. Because supposedly this holds like decently big size straps or big batteries. Okay, so now and look at that. It holds the battery, even though I probably wouldn't actually use a battery this big. The point is, you can see it can hold a big battery, which is really nice. Like I'm even shaking it up a bit and it holds it really nice, but it can also go pretty tight. So if I want to do a smaller one, I'll do that. And then I can strap it all the way down here where it can hold it as well. So that's nice. Now let's try putting it in the stand right here, which, yeah, you can just set right there, and I'll make sure I show you all what that looks like in the actual dock. But yeah, really nice. Overall, for the price, I honestly think the JSAUX ModCase is solid. You're not just paying for a basic case, you're getting the modular system, the kickstand, the front cover with game storage, and the ability to add things like the dock adapter or phone mount later on. I really like that this grows with your setup instead of just protecting it. If you're looking for something that's versatile for your Switch 2, this one's definitely worth considering. This is CopperCarver. Please like, share, and subscribe.